Hello, my name is Magdalena Sarlin. My student number is 11-2019-019. Before we share our presentation, let me introduce my friends. First, Daniella Rhivena, NIM 11-2019-018. Talita Inge Marin Palakahilu, NIM 11-2019-020. Alprian Guna, NIM 11-2019-008, and Eldina, NIM 11-2019-518. And now we will share the final project presentation from our group. First, before we share the presentation, let me tell you our issue. We had a discussion to choose which issue we want to use, and finally we choose our issue. Our issue is which variety of English to take as a model for teaching pronunciation. Now we will share the rest of our presentation.
After deciding our issue, the issue that we are going to use in this project, we also found about the background that caused the issue happened in teaching pronunciation. And we used two articles and book from Hedge to found this background issue. The first article is entitled Choosing an Appropriate Pronunciation Model for the ALT Classroom, a Hong Kong Perspective. So in this article, the writer wrote that students who presumably have little or maybe no knowledge about what English is, and they are judged on being interlinguists. The second article that we use is entitled Teaching Pronunciation Using Varieties of Pronunciation Teaching. So in this article, the first factor is because students tend to use dialectical styles, types, or maybe when they speak English. So the teacher are confused on deciding which accent they will use to teach pronunciation. Second is they are afraid to speak out loud because they are afraid on making mistakes, or maybe they will embarrass when they speak English in wrong pronunciation. And then many English training courses teaching English but do not focus on pronunciation. So maybe the English training course just focus on the theory of English and they are not pay attention to the pronunciation, but pronunciation is very important in learning English. And then from Hedge's book, we know that the factor is because the type of the class and then the students' purposes on learning English pronunciation. So the type of the class, we know that there are a monolingual class and multilingual class.
Based on the book writer by Hedge, variety of English which we take as a model for teaching pronunciation is selecting practice according to student needs. In our opinion, that in learning pronunciation, every student needs to be different, and this will affect the selection teachers' consent in the pronunciation elements in the course. In teaching, the teacher also has a very important role to consider on the level of recitation that students are. For beginners, the teacher can attend a systematic course, introduce the main features of the English language, and provide intensive practice. In a teaching system like this, the teacher can see the progress of each student for each level their student face in learning pronunciation. When the teacher finds the student who is still wrong in reciting, the teacher will provide the opportunities for their students to correct their mistakes. So, the teacher can learn how to recognize the abilities of their students for each level they already face. The teacher also must pay attention to the extent which students are motivated to improve their pronunciation skills. This will help the teacher to come up with realistic goals and good target performance, or the to extent to which teacher can encourage students to decide their own goals and targets well.
Hello, my name is Talita Inge. My student number is 11 2019 020. And now it's my turn to present about implication from journal. The first journal is teaching pronunciation using varieties of pronunciation teaching. It includes the spoken form of language is primary and should be taught first. The findings of phonetics should be applied to language teaching. The teacher must have solid training in phonetics, and learners should be given phonetic training to establish good speech habit. And the second journal is choosing an appropriate pronunciation model for the ELT classroom, a Hong Kong perspective. Students' acceptance of Hong Kong English as variety of English. Because this relate to students' understanding, recognition, and knowledge of other varieties of English, just like Australian English. 2. Inclusion of elements of pronunciation variation in the examination. 3. Present questionnaire survey of English in daily communication. 4th, of investigation the issue of acceptance in specific context because people's attitudes. Thank you.
Okay, now I want to explain about additional possible implication. The first is practice talking about pronunciation. This is a situation where someone can start a pronunciation in English. A good and correct pronunciation can be obtained with practice a lot. Students are required to be able to say good pronunciation. One way is constantly doing exercise by pairing various pronunciation words. And then second is fix pronunciation errors with continuous exercise. If the pronunciation is still not right, always say it to the pronunciation is right. And then the third is evaluate good pronunciation capabilities. Evaluation can be done by measuring how well our pronunciation, starting with try to say words or read anything. Then ourselves can measure it whether it is good or not. And the last is make accuracy based on the right and appropriate pronunciation. Good pronunciation is easy and clear to be heard so that triggers people easily understand what we say. That way, for good pronunciation, we can measure how our accuracy in our pronunciation by correcting the words we say with various characters. Alright everyone, that is our explanation of teaching pronunciations. Thank you for your attention.